All right, my brother, I'm just going to dive right in.
Let's roll, baby.
Hell yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Combat Life. I am your host, Curran Jacobs. And today, it's so crazy how life works. Because when I was wrestling at Michigan State, there were days where I literally did not want to go in the training room. I was sore, hungry, just beat up mentally, emotionally, physically. And I would think about this Spartan who had just an extreme amount of success on the mat and in mixed martial arts. And he was a huge inspiration for me during my tenure at MSU. And I am honored to have Gray Maynard on. How the heck are you, brother?
I'm doing great. Phenomenal, man. Always
Good.
phenomenal.
Always phenomenal. I love to hear it. So, post-UFC life, you have opened up a gym called Primed Combat right here in Lansing, Michigan. What led you to that decision to open up the gym where, honestly, you could open it anywhere you wanted with your resume, but right here in Lansing, Michigan, brother? What let us know what led you to that?
Yeah. Obviously, I went to Michigan State, and I had a best friend up there. He grew up in Portland area, which is just west of Lansing. And, great guy. We roomed together all 5 years. Anyways, the last year, my sister came out and they met and, got together, ended up getting married right after. And when I moved back out west, my sister moved out here, and they've been here, ever since, and 2 kids, and, just a great guy, great family. And when COVID happened, we were kind of, knowing we wanted to get out of there and get out of Las Vegas. It was kind of closing in on us. Wanted to raise our kids, more outdoorsy, and we were looking at a couple spots, Montana. We're looking at here. We ended up moving my mom out here because my dad passed away during COVID, and we got my mom a house right by them, and like a mile down the road or a mile on the river, you can like literally kayak to their house. And so once we got out here, we knew it was just right. The kids were together, family together, everybody helping each other, everybody arguing. And I mean, it's just, that's what a family does, right?
Absolutely, brother, 100%. And we actually had a chance to visit your gym. Adam Towner and I are a friendly, awesome, energetic cameraman and editor. And brother, I caught you. You had a student in there, and it was really cool to watch, just to see how passionate you were when it comes to teaching everything you know. But one thing that I could not help but notice is the amount of professional fighters that are flocking to your gym right now, just trying to soak up as much of your knowledge as they possibly can. No surprise there. But what's your mission with Primed Combat?
Ultimately, my mission with that is introducing people to the combat arts in a safe environment. It's not a pro gym. Pro athletes, come there to train, and we work on the details, and every now and again jump in a class and help teach. But ultimately it's we got blend smoothie bar with great coffee, great nutrition. My wife's a nutritionist, and ultimately we wanted to help people get healthy. That's our main priority, is taking in the general public, introducing people to jiu-jitsu or kickboxing, and make them understand that you don't have to just run on a treadmill, kind of like a hamster, and Yeah, I mean it's cool. You can learn stuff. You're constantly growing. It's an individual sport, but of course you have your team, and we're big on the health part. We're big on the nutrition part. We're big on the movement part, moving your body. Dan Gable, he said it. He said your body's like a body of water. It can either be a pond, stagnant, nasty, murky, or it can be a stream constantly moving, flushing the impurities away. And I learned that a long time ago, and I knew as an adult, as I get older, I just want to take care of my body. I want to keep moving. I want to climb mountains. I want to surf. I want to fly fish. I want to be active, like with my kids, and to be able to do that, you have to have a well-rounded, holistic approach to, taking care of your body.
That's incredible. And we had a chance to shoot a UFC vlog type, little episode at Gray's gym. We're going to be releasing that sometime in August. You do not want to miss that. But when we stepped in there, man, you were with a student who was not a professional athlete. And that student, when you wrapped your session, like I could tell immediately, they did not want to leave. Like they wanted more. They wanted more, and they wanted to talk with you and just soak up as much time of yours as they possibly could. It was that was phenomenal to witness. But for the amount of violence you're capable of unleashing, you're one of the nicest, most genuine human beings I've come across. I came across you at Extreme Couture when you were training for fights, and even then you were just such a humble, nice guy, and I really appreciated that. So how the heck did you come up with the nickname, or who gave you the nickname The Bully?
Yeah, it kind of started in college. I ended up rescuing a dog, a bull terrier. And he was definitely dog aggressive, and just an aggressive dog. But when I got him, his name was Tank, and we changed it to Hank because I didn't want him to be aggressive, but he still had that in him, right? And do you remember the soccer games, the preseasons? Soccer games?
Absolutely. It was tackle soccer. It was the preseason training at MSU. Oh my gosh, wild. Crazy.
And so like my dog would play, and he just he was relentless. He wanted the ball until he would like basically pass out. Just so aggressive. And it was he just was aggressive. And then when we went on the runs, it was he had to be in front, and I was never a big runner, right?
Me either. I hated it,
but I wasn't at the top of the pack, and he would literally be choking himself, crying until we passed him to the person in front. So anyways, this dog was just a beast. He was great with humans. We had a couple problems, but great with humans. But he would take out heavyweights, when we played that game. So, anyways, I had this aggressive bull terrier, and my style in the practice room, it was usually hard to get partners with me, and so. It just kind of got coined, you guys are bullies. And I like to clarify is we bully our goals, not people. And, we just try to get to our goals. And, my dog was the same way. He wanted to be at the front of the pack, or he wanted the ball, and he did whatever he had to do to get it. Just like me.
Yeah, and to piggyback off of what you're saying, no, by no means are you a bully to people. You certainly are a bully in the practice room when you're going after your goals. I had a chance to roll with you 5-6 years ago, 7, something like that when you were at Extreme Couture. And after that, I was like, holy crap, this guy would not let up. Just suffocating. But that is your wrestling style. It's the style that led you to become just a phenomenal fighter. But speaking of real bullying, my man, like, you know, kids, like you have kids, I have a 9-year-old son, and in this day and age, like, our kids are experiencing things that you and I never experienced as kids. You know, we had AOL dial-up, parents trying to kick us off the AOL dial-up. I'm expecting a phone call. But our kids nowadays have these phones, and cyberbullying is so real. You know, the media is not talking about this enough with depression and the suicide rates just skyrocketing. And it should be talked about. Mental health, period, should be talked about way more than it is. So I wanted to ask you, do you think that combat sports, when it comes to training, can help these people with mental health to, you know, gain an edge over their mind?
Yeah, there's a lot of studies that you know, really put learning the combat sports with you know, brain health and you know, I know that they were doing a little bit of studies on like Parkinson's and just brain health, but more importantly, yeah, it does give you that confidence. And for me, you know, I tell people this was probably the greatest therapy I've ever had, you know, training from the time I was a little kid all the way up. I mean, stuff just rolled off my back pretty easy because it does mellow me out. There isn't that constant edge. When I get a good workout, I feel drained, but pure and clear. You know, it, you know, and I'm saying it now that I'm changing over to, you know, to coaching, people that come in a little overweight or overweight, and they're getting in there, losing weight, exercising, sweating, pushing the limits. And they just look to me like, this is unbelievable. Or we give them a meal plan and it's just like, man, I can't believe that this works or whatever. And it's just basically a healthy meal plan, you know, eating a little healthy, eating consistently and moving your body. And I think that we have gotten so far away from the core of who we are, and nutrition and moving your body and exercising and whether it's just doing outdoor work or going to the gym or, you know, having a community that's like-minded. I mean, you know, I'd really like to see, you know, more people go that route and put down the phone a little bit. I mean, we all do it. We all, we're probably on our phones a little bit too much, and we tell ourselves, you know, it's business or whatever it is. And, but, you know, at the end of the day, it's, you know, moving your body, eating healthy, taking care. You know, people put into retirement. They put money in every week, every month, whatever it is, and they're thinking about retirement. You know, I gotta have enough money. Well, you gotta have enough health too, you know, and you gotta put. It's just like putting into retirement is, you know, being healthy, because you wanna maximize that time of your life as well.
I couldn't agree with you more. And that goes off of what our kids are dealing with nowadays. All that cheap dopamine. We have DoorDash. I mean, all of these distractions that are keeping people from recognizing that we come from people that 100 years ago, shoveling, hitting the fields, working constantly. And we have definitely lost that in today's generation. So you have opened a gym that's really a friendly, phenomenal atmosphere for anyone that wants to work on not only their physical health, but their mental health, can come in and be trained by one of the greats. And you've got your wife is right in the same building doing all the nutrition and the coffee and the shakes, right?
Yep. Yep.
Oh,
We
man.
got acai bowls. We got smoothies, great smoothies. We got coffee. We got mushroom coffee. We got a lot of different stuff. And Jess went to school. He got a master's degree in human nutrition and functional medicine. And yeah, so really smart gal. And we try to blend it, and that's what it's called, blend. We try to blend the nutrition and the movement. And the reason I like combat sports for the movement part of it is as human beings, other than running, combat was the first forms of exercise. Cavemen would get pissed at each other, punch each other, bend over like, wow, I'm tired. That was good. That was crazy. What happened? So it's just true. It's hilarious, but it's true. It's in all our bloods. And do I want everybody to get into a cage? No. But I definitely want people to use it as a tool to get healthy, to enjoy what they're doing, to take a couple hours of their week and really have a good time, learning the arts and sweating a little bit.
I love it. I love it, brother. Building off of that topic, I have a really good friend. He's a high school wrestling coach, and he posed this question to me, and I thought there's no better person to ask than you. So I'm gonna ask his question, and he was curious to understand what building mental toughness looks like. So what are some strategies that you've used to build mental toughness in life and in the sport that has literally built your unbreakable mindset?
That goes back to kids these days, and I grew up, I kind of grew up a little tough. We moved all over the place. I had to meet new friends. I grew up with a stutter, and always constantly changing. We definitely weren't well off. We definitely were on the poorer end, and but it really gave me a chance to figure everything out, right? Each moment, it was like, I got to figure this out, and I got into trouble, and I got into, gangs at a time when I was young. And it was just constantly, but my parents always preached, being a good person, being, and just as an active boy, I was looking for adventure. I was looking for thrills. And I still do. I rock climb. I ice climb. I'll camp alone, and whatever I'm always looking for that. But growing up like that, I think it really gave, and I left home in the 10th grade, like right after the 10th grade, moved out to Ohio to chase a dream. And point being is, we got to let these kids figure out, I don't know if I can cuss, but we got to let these kids figure out stuff on their own to an extent. We got to give them the confidence. And even coaching, I want them to know, look, I'll be here. I'm here for you. But there's only a certain time I'm here for you, coaching you. You're going to have different coaches. You're going to have different bosses. At the end of the day, you need to take responsibility for being your best coach. Whatever I tell you, you have a choice. You either take it in or you don't take it in. And that's on you, right? You got to know what you need to take in and what you need to throw away. And I really feel like, and it was probably at our age too. I'm not saying right now, but like it's really easy for kids to just say, you know, it's not my problem, or it's not my fault. It's not my fault. The coach is this, that, or whatever. And at the end of the day, you know, and I've been through it too, but at the end of the day, I really want people to take charge of their career, kids and people, to take charge of their lives, to take charge of their careers, and have a little bit of balls to pick and choose, navigate what they need to do. And I mean, with that comes confidence, right? And you know, I think confidence is a big part of the mental toughness, you know, and preparation. I tell kids all the time, preparation builds confidence. If you believe in your preparation, and just because it's Gray Maynard telling you what to do doesn't mean that you're always going to believe it, you know. But if you take charge of your own career or your own style or your own whatever, and you communicate with me like, hey, I don't like that. Great. Let's figure out something else. And I like that feedback. So I think, you know, just giving kids the opportunity and telling them and trying to support them to make those choices and take a hold of their lives and take a hold of their career and not put the blame on other people, and being able to have broad shoulders to carry the weight if they are wrong, right? And it's not a problem. We don't lose, we learn. And you know, if you did make that choice and you did lose, or it did hurt you, let's figure it out. You know, let's do it together.
You've got me so revved up right now. I'm a school teacher, and I can't tell. Take charge, accept accountability. Don't point your finger and make excuses. Play the victim. Don't do any of that garbage. It's only going to hold you back. And that message was clear as day with what you just said. Yeah. So for those of you listening, I hope you really take that to heart, because, you know, your journey, Gray, has been inspirational. I mean, again, back when I was wrestling for state, you didn't know me. You didn't know me, but I knew you. I was watching you accomplish your dreams. Then in turn made me want to get after it even more. So I really appreciate someone like you that has come from that rough background, who hasn't made excuses. I'm blown away by some of the things you revealed about your upbringing. That's going to be inspirational for a lot of kids and adults out there listening to us right now that otherwise might do that point and blame, and never accept that accountability for themselves. But my man, I want to end the podcast, which has been phenomenal, with allowing you an opportunity to send a message out to our listeners who may not even be from Michigan, who may want to travel in and train with you and get to know you a little bit at your gym. So what would you like, final words for our Combat Life audience?
Oh, about coming to train at the gym, or
absolutely, or train at the gym. You say whatever final words you want, brother.
Yeah. I mean, you know, just going back to what you were talking about, the upbringing and stuff. I mean, you know, at the end of the day, we all live one life, and we're definitely, you know, and that's kind of why I got the tattoo when I was trying out for the Olympic team. One life, roll the dice, and you know, we're all going to take that last breath, you know, eventually. There's no way around that. And you definitely want to look back on it and you know you did what you needed to do to better your life and to create what you wanted, of course. And there's going to be ups and downs. Everybody has ups and downs, and everybody makes mistakes, and everybody, you know, makes bad choices and good choices. And you know, a quote, I like to live by is, tough times don't last, but tough people do. And, as long as you can know that when you're in it, right, in those tough times, it's not just gonna disappear, unless you pull up your britches and put on your work boots and put on your hard hat and take care of business. And that's just a part of life. And that's why I like wrestling. That's why I like combat sports, is because at the end of the day, you walk out there alone, you have a team, you have people helping you, but it really is up to you. And, coming into my gym, I mean, it's more of a check your ego at the door and help people get better. And with helping people get better, you get better as well. And just really enjoying the process and the journey. And it can be a long journey, whether you compete or not. I just had a competition last weekend. I had a grappling match with a black belt, and he's a great guy, and the people we meet on this journey is at the end of the day, going to be worth more than any losses, any victories, and not only the people we meet on the journey, but the fact that we really meet ourselves, on the journey and who we are.
My man. Ladies and gentlemen, Gray Maynard, brother, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to hop on here and give us some of your perspective and experiences, man. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, man. It's good times. I appreciate the call.
Absolutely. All right, ladies and gentlemen, until next time.